What is up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, which it says about 65% of you watching are, what are you doing? Make sure to subscribe to my channel. We talk about stocks, investing. Also, make sure to check out the links down below. Get 4 free stocks when you download the Webull investing app. And also check out my podcast called Michael on the Mic. Today we're going to talk about Palantir, stock ticker symbol PLTR, because we have had some breaking news with this stock from ARK Invest buying an additional 1.2 million shares of the stock to analysts upgrading the price target, and meanwhile the stock price is continuing to go down, so this could be a great opportunity to get in on some massive returns over the next couple of years. Let's get right into it though. Palantir's stock ticker symbol PLTR is currently sitting around $22 per share. Doesn't matter if you're watching this when it's 21, 23, 24, all around the same thing. We're looking at this long term. Either way, right now, Palantir had some really big news. First of all, because ARK Invest just yesterday purchased 1.2 million additional shares of Palantir. They sold off some other stocks in order to do this, and now in their ARKK ETF, which is their flagship fund, this is their disruptive innovation fund, their main ETF, they own over 11.8 million shares, close to 12 million shares of this stock. By no means is this their largest holding, but having close to $260 million invested, this is a pretty large portion of their portfolio. It's nothing to just look over. This is a big portion of their portfolio. Those of you who don't know, Palantir, they've had some major partnerships recently. Between AWS partnership, they had a partnership with IBM. They've also had a partnership with Faurecia, which is, I believe, a French automotive company. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but they've had many major partnerships. The big ones are AWS and IBM. Those are massive partnerships, both which can lead to huge business down the road. In addition to that, Palantir also has already major deals with the government, the U.S. government, the Air Force. They also have deals with countries all around the world. And this is really big. So not only are they starting to get large corporate deals, but they also have deals which are with the government. And whenever you have deals with the government, in my opinion, I think it adds a lot more trust. People are going to say, well, if the government trusts this company to handle our data, do our data analytics, well, then obviously I feel like these companies are also going to trust them as well. In addition to this, Palantir recently, one of the big changes they made to their business model is normally they had a lot of these large contracts. These are all multi-year agreements, and a lot of the time with these agreements, some of the smaller companies didn't want to commit to spending that much money or spending that much money up front or committing to such a long-term deal. But recently, Palantir changed their business model a bit, and they said they no longer are only going to be focusing on those long-term contracts. They're going to have some other options for smaller companies. So let's say you're a $200 million company. It's not small, but if you don't want to sign a 3-year deal that's a couple $1 million, they're going to have other options for them, which is really great news in my opinion, because it starts to diversify their business away from just government contracts, large corporations like IBM or AWS, and now it's going to give them the opportunity to tap into the broader market, tap into the smaller companies, those companies that are worth less than $1 billion who maybe don't want to sign a long-term deal. So my opinion, I think that's really good for them. So between all the partnerships, changing their business model just a bit, switching away from solely long-term contracts and the industry they're in, we haven't even spoken about that because currently they're a data analytics company. They have a couple of key softwares, which are their Foundry software. They have other softwares, and these are game changers because of industry they're in right now. Palantir is a data analytics, data analysis company, and no matter what company you are, whether you sell socks or t-shirts online, or if you're AWS or you're Netflix, any company needs to have data analytics in order to optimize their revenue, optimize who they're targeting with their marketing, and just optimize their business to maximize revenue. That's what it is in the future. If you are going to be a business over the next 10, 15 years, you need to be able to handle data and utilize this effectively, because if you don't, there's going to be another company out there that's going to utilize it more effectively. So Palantir being at the center of this, my opinion, I think the opportunities for them outweigh the risks entirely. Currently, they have a lot of pretty high price targets. So while they are at around $22 a share, the average price target on tip rings, a lot of you guys like when we look here, is right around $26 per share. The low is 15, high is 40. But recently, within the last month and a half, Goldman Sachs came out and they upgraded their price target on Palantir to $34 per share. They said that Palantir beat their revenue and EBITDA expectations. They're doing much better than analysts are expecting, and they're an industry that is really, really big. In addition to this, they said that they signed 21 deals worth over $5 million with contracts during the quarter alone compared. So they're saying all of the contracts that Palantir is signing, these are all multi-year agreements at this moment. So every time they sign an agreement, sign a contract, that means that's going to be recurring revenue for the company for at least 2 to 3 years, which means that all these big contracts they're getting are just stacking up on one another in terms of revenue. And so right now, based on all this, ARK Invest, they bought 1.2 million shares just in one day. They own close to 12 million shares. Goldman Sachs is a $34 price target on the company. They have major partnerships with AWS, IBM, and a number of other companies as well. Currently, the market cap is sitting right around $42 billion. So it's a fairly high market cap. But that being said, either way, this company has a lot of potential moving forward because of the industry they're in, what they're trying to accomplish, and because of the deals and partnerships they already have. It's not like they're a small company. They have major deals already in place with big names. So, my opinion, I think the stock has a lot of upside long term. I think it's a great time to get in now. The stock has been continuing to cool off. It's down about 50% almost from where it was at an all-time high earlier in the year. I think it's a great time to start looking at this stock if you don't already own it. And if you do, I think it could be a good time to add some more to your position. I've been doing that myself, but let me know what you guys think of Palantir, stock ticker symbol PLTR, what you think about ARK Invest buying an additional 1.2 million shares, and your thoughts in general. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to get your 4 free stocks when you download the Webull investing app using the link down below. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.